This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 70-73 Carryover League. And tonight we got the big one, folks, that you guys all like. American League East battle, Yankees and Red Sox. The big rivalry you all love to hate and whatever. And sure, of course, this is not their time, early 70s. It gets much more heated in the late 70s. But I tell you, both these teams have really outstanding rosters in the early 70s in the Carryover League. Boston last year was the #1 seed in the American League, had exceptional pitching. And I said, if the Red Sox get exceptional pitching, this thing's over with. I'm wasting my time trying to play a competitive league. They're going to run away with the thing. And the Yankees, remarkably, almost made the playoffs last year. Have a good lineup, great starting pitching, and the best bullpen in all of baseball. So let's see what's happened in the series that it opened up in the Bronx. Game number 1. The Red Sox sent their #4 starter, Marty Patton, out there against Fritz Peterson, the #2 man of the Yanks. In the second inning, a 2-run homer by Reggie Smith. In the 5th, a 2-out single by Yaz. It's 3-0. And Marty Patton, a guy who was with Milwaukee, Boston, and Kansas City in the early 70s, eventually settled into the Kansas City bullpen during their playoff years. Marty Patton, 7-hit shutout, complete game. Yankee bats go cold at the wrong time, strand a bazillion runners. And the Red Sox steal a game in the Bronx, and they find themselves in first place, and the Yankees looking at a .500 record. So, do the Yankees have a rebound in them at home? Well, sure they do. Game number 2, the tables are finally turned on the Red Sox pitching staff. Mel Stottlemyre versus Sonny Siebert. And Sonny finally gets knocked around. It's been taking 2 or 3 years of quality starts, but Sonny Siebert gets beat up pretty bad here in Yankee Stadium for the first time in a long time for a Red Sox starter, which is great for them. 2-run homer by Ron Blomberg. And then in the 6th inning, the wheels came off the cart, bunch of walks and singles, 5 runs. Final score is 8-0, and it's Stottlemyre with this shutout. Dueling shutouts. This one's a 6-hitter, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. So we will go to Fenway for game number 3 in a back and forth series. Is it going to go back and forth? This is a Fenway game. This is a Fenway Park baseball game. Final score is something to something. It's 11-9 is the final. The lead went back and forth, big chunks of homers and rallies. Now let's see here. What do you have starting? We got the Spaceman starting for the Red Sox, and Jim McAndrew starting for the Yankees. A really good young pitcher they took from the Mets organization. Danny Cater, homer in the 1st. RBI single in the 2nd inning by Celerino Sanchez. 2-0 Yanks. Solo homer Reggie Smith. Solo homer Tommy Harper. We're tied. Solo homer Yaz. They're up 3-2. Couple bases loaded walks and a ground out, and the Red Sox are now having a 5-2 lead. And the Yankees bat around in the 6th inning with singles and walks, and they take a 7-5 lead. A 2-run homer by Bobby Mercer in the 7th, make it a 7-2 lead. And it's like, wow, the Yankees really figured it out. They got the best bullpen in baseball. Fred Bean came on in the 6th inning. and nailed it down for a couple frames. But then Lindy McDaniel, one of the best relievers in all of baseball, came on in the 8th inning, bringing a big old can of kerosene to the mound with him, and proceeded to blow a 4-run lead, as the Red Sox just could not seem to find any outs on their cards whatsoever. They bat around. Matter of fact, they only had 2 outs in the inning because a guy got thrown out the plate to end it. 6-run 8th inning, and Boston is laughing with an 11-9 Fenway Park win. That's heartbreak number 1 for the Yankees. And now in Game 4, we have heartbreak number 2 for the Yankees. This one, we have Fritz Peterson coming back on short rest against El Tiante, well-rested Louis Tiant. Early on, the teams are trading jabs. Yankees get an RBI single. A 2-run single by the Sox, they get the lead. Solo homer Bobby Mercer, Yanks get the lead. Error on Stick Michael, Red Sox get the lead. Solo homer Roy White, Yanks get the lead. Kind of stays that way into the 8th inning, when this time Lindy McDaniel is taking a seat in the bullpen. They go to Jack Aker, see if he can blow it. And he does. Jack Aker blows this game. Single, sack bunt, wild pitch on Thurman Munson, bases loaded walk, and a 2-run double by Tommy Harper. It's 6-4. The Red Sox try to blow the game in the 9th with Roger Moret, but Gary Wagner gets the final out as the Yankees strand 2 more runners in the 9th inning in a 1-run affair. Oh, heartbreak for the Yanks. And their season is in peril right now. Red Sox win Game 4, 6-5. They're looking to wrap it up today in Game number 5 in Fenway Park. They'll have a fantastic pitching advantage. Mike Kekich, the number 4 guy for the Yanks, making his first start of the series. Kekich goes against Sonny Siebert, the ace, who was burned last time by the Yankees, and he needs to redeem himself. He is the ace of the Red Sox. In a Game 5 in Fenway Park, game number 285. Let's get started. Leading off for the Yanks is Roy White. 6-11 off Siebert, bounces to first. And Yaz is a 2-16 at first base, and he makes the play. Bobby Mercer, 67, skies are right. Ron Bloomberg, 2-4, bounces to short. Tommy Harper leads off for Boston, 2-8, rounds to short. Yastrzemski, 67, walks. He is an A, that's right, A stealer with his 40 home runs in 1970. But both catchers, Fisk and Munson, have great throwing arms, so he'll stay put at first base. Carlton Fisk, 6'11", bounces to first. Cater's good, he's a 2-12. It's a ground ball C. Runner at second, 2 outs for Tony Canigliaro. 46 off Kekich, 1-18 is a base hit. Runners in the corners, 2 outs for Rico. Petra, Selly, 6'10", bouncer to third. Greg Nettles, a 1-16. Some classic names in these 2 squads. What a great era. I mean, neither team came away with anything in this era because of the Orioles and the Detroit Tigers of 1972. But really good squads. What might have been had there been wild card and more divisions and so forth and so on. Top of 2. Thurman Munson leads off. 1-6. Triple 1-6 is a double. Jake Gibbs, 47's a K. Greg Nettles, 49. Double 1, single dot off the Siebert card. That's a single, and the Yanks have a run. Horace Clark. Horace is thinking about trying a hit and run here. They haven't done any zaniness like that in this series. They have a lead. Let's try it. Hit and run for Horace Clark. Moves the runner up. Runner at second for Cater, 45, pops first base. Bottom of 2, it's Reggie Smith, 67's a walk. John Kennedy, 47, is a base hit in a center field. Reggie will not take on Bobby Mercer's arm. He'll stay at second. It'll be Doug Griffin. 2-4, short B. Runners in the corners. For Jerry Moses, they'll play back hoping for 2. 68 is a walk. Kekich is in trouble. The bases are loaded for Tommy Harper. Let's take a look at a card. I haven't seen one yet. Tommy Harper's card, and you know, we know he played for the Red Sox in the 70s, but this card you're looking at is a Milwaukee Brewer card of 1970, where he had 31 home runs and 77 walks and is an ace stealer, as if the Red Sox needed more offense. We know Tommy arrives in Boston, and he has kind of an okay tenure there, and is soon replaced by the Rick Millers and Freddie Lynns of the world and so forth. But with this monster card, here's the pitch to Tommy Harper. 1-12 is hit by the pitch. That will tie the game. Base is still loaded. 1 out for Yastrzemski. Gonna play it back again. The pitch to Yaz. 4-10 off of Kekich is third X. Need a big play out of Nettles here. 1-16. Need that double play. And he kicks the ball. Greg Nettles, a terrible break for the Yanks. The Gold Glove third baseman. I guess it was a Gold Glove in this particular year. Probably was. As a 1, you would think. What year is this again for Nettles? It's 71. He's probably a Gold Glove. No, Brooks Robinson's probably got the Gold Glove sewn up in the early 70s. I don't know when they started giving him the Nettles. Maybe 76, 75. Anyway, a 1-16 third baseman you see right here just made an error, and that is a killer to the Yankees. Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. Base is still loaded. And we have Carlton Fisk. Let's take a look, folks, at Carlton Fisk's card, 1972. You know, 71 was also a great year. But for some reason, Strat-O-Matic spelled his name wrong with a 71 card, and I didn't really like the way it looks. So it's I couldn't bear to look at the alternate spelling of Carlton, and I decided to bail on that year and take this year instead. He's better in this year anyway, as you can tell. The pitch to Carlton Fisk. 1-6, Carlton Fisk, 1-16, and it's gone on a 12. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Boston Red Sox world. The rest of us, yeah, we're just we're living in it. We're watching it. We're watching what happens. Got no control over this thing, folks. The Red Sox are the big bad wolf in the American League, and even the Oakland A's and the Orioles are a little pissed off about that. You know, that here's this team who did not have the credentials for the timeline, and they are dominating for the third year in a row in Strat-O-Matic. So, yeah. 6-1, base is empty. Tony Conigliaro. 2-9. Yeah, let's just keep doing it, folks. We're just going to keep pounding this into your head, folks. Let's take a look at it. Tony Conigliaro's card of 1970. 36 home runs. 266 batting average. Well, one of those 36 home runs here, a back-to-back shot. And the Red Sox will bat around with Rico Petrocelli. 69 off Kekich, bounces to second base. Horace Clark's a 3-16. And he gives up a single. The inning will not end. The nightmare will not end for the Yankees, as their division hopes are just falling by the wayside here early on in the year. Reggie Smith, 56 off Kekich is a K. 7-1, Boston, top of the third. Stick Michael. 2-8 is grounded to third. No one could be happier than Sonny Siebert, who wants to get the bad taste of that last start, that 8-0 drubbing, out of his system. Because he's been absolutely fantastic leader of the Boston pitching staff the last few years. Sonny Siebert. Roy White, 1-4, flies to right. And Bobby Mercer, 67, skies to right field. Kekich in the bottom of the third. John Kennedy, 2-9, single 1-13, misses it. Doug Griffin, 48, single. Jerry Moses, 64, short X. We need this one out of Stick Michael. A 2E38, and that's going to be an error, the way we use it, interpret here. An E16 rated shortstop makes an error, and Michael's an E38. Over twice as bad as that. That's obviously an error. 2 on, 1 out. Tommy Harper. 210, short B. And with 2 outs, it's Yaz and EKs. Red Sox showing some mercy here as we go to the 4th. Ron Bloomberg, 56, is a base hit. Munson, 2-5, a base hit. 2 on for Jake Gibbs, 2-4 is a 3-6-3 double play. That's a killer. Greg Nettles, 2-8, homer 1, fly ball the rest. Not happening, folks, I'm telling you. I've seen this before. It's not like this is something new. The Yankees ain't coming back. I mean, you just watch. Yeah, it doesn't happen. It's the Boston mystique, folks. Carlton Fisk, 66, double on a 13 base hit. I really should manage the Boston Red Sox. I'd win. I've won how many World Series of that? I've won 1 World Series. No, I've won 2 with the Red Sox in the 70s. So there you go. Tony Conigliaro, 1-9, single on a 4 base is a line out on an 8. And I would have to imagine that if you played Strat-O-Matic with Boston throughout the decade, that you had a reasonable chance of winning a bunch of World Series, because they could always piece together enough starting pitching to get through a season, and the offense was always there, of course. So I'm sure a lot of you who have played Strat can give us your Boston Strat-O-Matic stories in the comments section. That would be fun to see. Rico Petrocelli, 4-4 off Kekich, skies the center. Mercer's a 2E5. And he gives up a double. Second and third for Reggie Smith, 5-11, second X. Horace Clark, a 3E16. I think he kicked the ball earlier. Yeah, it was a single earlier. It's another single, a 2-run single here. And this looks like a defeated Yankee team. John Kennedy, foul to catcher plus injury. We need a third. We'll get Mike Andrews over there. No, you know what? We'll get, have some fun. We'll get Tommy Harper over there. Tommy Harper could play the infield and the outfield. He'll play third base. And Larry Stahl going to left field for the injured player. All right, Doug Griffin, 46. Single 118 is a base hit. We just want to get through 4 innings with Kekich to save their bullpen for the next series the Yankees have to play. Jerry Moses, 1-9's a double, and he can't get through this inning, and he's gone. Second and third, 2 outs, and we're done with this guy. Kekich is gone in a 10-1 game. He can only go 3 2/3. Throws his glove. Yeah, the whole thing. Have to be a ton of frustration with the Yankees. They had great opportunities in games 3 and 4, and they blew them, and now they're just getting blown out in game 5. Fred Bean comes on in the 4th, great reliever. Take a look at Fred Bean's card. He'll face Tommy Harper, second and third, 2 outs, and a 10-1 laugher. 46, single 1 to 12, missed it. We'll go to the 5th, Sonny Siebert. Horace Clark, 58, short X. This is Petrocelli, a 3-24 short. Makes the play. Danny Cater, 212 short. Gene Michael, 16K. Fred Bean will continue into the 5th. Yaz, 57's a K. Fisk, 1-2 short. Conigliaro, 58, pops to third. Moving along here in the laugher, trying to get through this game kind of briskly for you. Roy White, 64, third X. This is the new third baseman, Tommy Harper. And see, where would he be defensively? 40-31, not very good, is that? But he makes the play on the 4. Look at that. Bobby Mercer, 45, lines a second. And Ron Bloomberg, 37, single 1 to 15 is a base hit. Munson, 5-12's a walk. 2 on and 2 outs. Jake Gibbs, 35 is a K, and Siebert gets through it. Just 1 run in 6 innings. Bunch of hits, but I'll live with that. Fred Bean, a relief 4, will go into his 3rd inning of relief. Rico Petrocelli, 1-5 center. Reggie Smith, 2-7, double 1-9, double. Larry Stahl, 2-10 pitcher. And with 2 outs, it's Doug Griffin. 35 flies left field. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Top of the 7th, Sonny Seaver to give you one more. Greg Nettles, 2-8, homer 1, fly ball the rest. Just hate to see those on hitters' cards. So misleading. You know, you see this homer chance, you realize, you know, it's just a dead spot on the card. Horace Clark, 5'10", catcher's card. Fisk is a 1/16. A lot of errors for the young catcher, and there's one of them. So the Red Sox, you know, they have little weaknesses in various spots, as all baseball teams. When you only have a 20-man roster, you're going to have weaknesses in various places, which is why, you know, you don't have any unbeatable teams. But Danny Cater, 1-2, foul to catcher plus injury. Oh boy. Bloomberg will play first, and Hirschberg will play right field. Injuries, or just about everything else has gotten to the Yanks today. Gene Michael, 65. Skies to left field. 7 in the books for Sonny Siebert in a 10-1 massacre here at Fenway Park. It is stretch time, and we have been enjoying the Standells, the Dirty Water LP of 1966, featuring, of course, the Dirty Water song. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And a bunch of other covers and various wonderfulness by the Standells. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Fred Bean will leave after 2 1/3 quality innings. And they're going to go Lenny McDaniel. And the Fenway faithful give Lendy a standing ovation, because he was the guy who got lit up like a Christmas tree in Game 3. He had a day off to think about it. Now he's coming back in Game 5. It'll be Jerry Moses leading off in the 7th. 37 is a single. Tommy Harper. 39, walk. You may have tuned in to the Red Sox opening day massacre of the Detroit Tigers, and we saw the same kind of thing. Yeah. When the Red Sox get it rolling, folks, there's not a lot you can do. Yastrzemski, 1-3. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Runner goes to third. 2 outs for Fisk. And Carlton gives the U an RBI double. And it's Canigliaro, 47, a single to right field. Has not gotten any better for Lendy McDaniel here. First and third with 2 outs for Petrocelli. And he skies to right. It was the great Yankee bullpen that we touted early on about what made this Yankee team so great. They have a great offense, good defense, good pitching, but the bullpen is impeccable. With 4 pitchers of ERAs around 2, all capable of being closers in their own right. And very hard to put together 4 great relievers in one staff. And the Yankees are the only team in all of this carryover league to do it. And it is that bullpen why we are here right now, as half of it, McDaniel and Aker, have blown the most recent 2 games. Of course, this one's all on Mike Kekich, but yeah. So, there you go. Even the biggest strengths in all of the carryover league can suffer dire consequences there. Top of the 8th. Sonny Siebert's taking the rest of the day off. John Curtis will come on in the 8th. Take a look at John Curtis. Nice year in 72. 11-8, 3.74 ERA, and 154 innings, but he has to be in the bullpen. A testament to how good the Boston pitching staff is. Roy White, 3.11. Pops to second. Bobby Mercer, 2.6, single 1 at 16, and he rolls a 17. Ugh. And Bloomberg has to bat because the other first baseman got hurt. 2.5 is a single for Bloomberg. And Munson, 38 grounds is short. All right, bottom of the 8th. We'll have Aker pitch the 8th inning just to get some rotation going. This has been a Fenway nightmare for the Yankees. Winnable games in 3 and 4, and there's sometimes, of course, the most painful games. Then you come into this one and just get hammered early, and you just want to take your ball and go home. Reggie Smith, 59, rolls the second. Larry Stahl, 2-6, grounds the first. And Doug Griffin, 33, pops the first. We'll go to the ninth. We'll have Bobby Bolin finish this one. Take a look at Bobby. Bobby was this was interesting. Bolin, this is a 73 card. He missed like 2 or 3 years. He pitched in the mid to late 60s. Then we didn't see him for 3 or 4 years, and suddenly he pops up again in 1973 with this card. So in the ninth inning, it'll be Jake Gibbs, 2-8, double 1 to 5's a single. Greg Nettles, 68, this guy's a center. Horace Clark, 111, pops the first, and Mike Hirschberger for the injured such and such. It gets the single. Runners of the corners, 2 outs for Stick Michael, 111, and there it is, a grounder to first. It is over, and the Red Sox made the first big move in the American League East. They dumped on the Yankees, who are in serious trouble. Yankees had a nice run last year, were in first place for a nice chunk of the season, and they slumped at the end. And now that slump is carried into 2022, and they might be toast. I'll take a look at the composite box here for the 2 squads. Orioles, watching the game on closed circuit TV, are flexing their muscles. They know what they need to do. They knew it was going to be Red Sox-Orioles. The 2 teams met earlier, and it was a brilliant series. Orioles beat the Red Sox by a whisker, 4-3, but it could have gone either way. Siebert, nice start. 5 hits and a run. Like I said, Sonny Siebert. He had that one bad start, but otherwise the dude has been rock solid for 2 or 3 years for the Sox as the #1 starter. They could easily put Bill Lee or Louis Tiant or Marty Patton as the #1 starter, but they're sticking with Siebert to match up against all the other aces in the league. Jack Yeager was good. McDaniel, again, was terrible. Well, bad. 3 hits, a run and a walk. Fred Bean may take Lyndon McDaniel's job because he was outstanding. A hit and a K in 2 1/3. And the horrific line of Mike Kekich. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Nice 11 hitter there. 10 runs. There's the errors thrown in all through this thing. Oh, a big error right here. So that means that only 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5 runs are earned. 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. 1-9, 0-108. 11-15, 1-8. 1-3, 5-3, 5-3, 1-3. Now let's take a look at the composite box, and you'll see the story that's going on in the American League East. Baltimore still has to play in this round of the schedule. Their opponent, the Pittsburgh Pirates, an interleague battle. That'll be a classic. And the Red Sox will be rooting for Pittsburgh, clearly. So year-to-date now, the Yankees are 8-10 and needs a remarkable finish to get into the playoffs. Not looking good at all. Hitting just .246 with a .389 ERA. Look at this bullpen, though. It gets much worse. They are a Fred Bean win. He's been great. The long guy. 10 2/3, 1 run. But McDaniel, Aker, and Sparky Lyle are 0-5. And the ERAs are all in the 4s and 5s. So there you go, folks. The best bullpen in baseball getting lit up. What can you do, man? You build a roster, and you get bad luck. Bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. It's a short season. Anything can happen, and the Yankees just got dumped on with their bullpen. Boston, meanwhile, is now 13-6. We look at the overall standings just quickly here. You see, they Orioles haven't played yet, so basically the Red Sox are now #1, and the Orioles will be in that wild card spot. Of course, Detroit's doing pretty well, and yeah. Let's get back to the Sox again. 273 with a 4.05 ERA. Sonny Siebert is 4-2. Let's check that ERA out. Remember, there was a blowout in there. So it's 4.09, but one of those games was a blowout. So he'd still have an ERA of around 3 if you take that blowout away. Gary Wagner, 6 saves, replacing Sparky Lyle, actually, who was moved around in the offseason. 3-way deal. It was Sparky Lyle went to Colorado first, and then Colorado sent him to the Yankees for Andy Costco. So, big year for Petrocelli. 17 RBI with his 70 card, which is not quite as good as a 69 card, but we have now played 285 games. The hitting is starting to come on again as the numbers are going up a little bit. 263 batting average with a 391 team ERA. Be interested to see if this ERA gets to 4. Probably not, but who knows? Once the bad teams get eliminated, the numbers go down. So thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you next time.